This week we'll be looking at Fire and Ice. I'll do a quick playthrough of some of the basic rules and then see what it inspires. See you on the other side. Fire and Ice game board consists of 7 raised triangular islands. Each island has 7 holes for playing pieces. These holes are connected by 6 lines and a circle. The islands themselves are also connected together in the same pattern. The goal is to control 3 islands that are connected by a line, so either these 3, or a circle, or something like these 3. Each island is controlled when 3 pieces on it are also connected by a line or a circle. Okay, so there's 7 ways to control an island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Setup is 1 fire in the center. First player is fire. And the way the play proceeds is fire moves their piece to either the same island, so any one of these spaces, and replaces the space they just vacated with ice. Or the first player moves their piece to another island on the same space and puts ice in that location. The end of the game is as soon as either player has 3 connected islands, either along a line or the circle, the game ends and the player is the winner. There's an additional handicap option that says additional pieces for the weaker player may also be placed on the board at the beginning of the game to give a handicap. I like the game Fire and Ice most of all for the aspect of the mechanics that makes it so that every move you make is a move you make for your opponent as well. I think as it exists, I would give this game maybe an 8.2 out of 8.5. It's simple rules, simple structure, simple build, not a complex set of pieces or a big list of special moves. It doesn't need elaborate setup, it doesn't need stories or gimmicks, but you have to puzzle at it. Its simplicity enables complexity on a thought process and play level, but it doesn't necessarily mean the game has to be long. It's got a lot of the same playability and lifetime enjoyment, I would imagine, as something like Chinese checkers or backgammon, where they're games that they've existed for a long time in their simple form, simply because they're such a robustly strategizing and thinking kind of game, where the thing that makes them good is not some gimmick, but an actual strength to the game and role and play and thinking process. It doesn't need adjustment as it is. The game's great. But for making other games, I would love to see if there's a way to build a game where you take some of that simplicity of style and play characteristics and the mechanic of every move you make strengthens your opponent's forces by one piece or whatever. I'd love to see a game that does that, but with multiple players, not just two. I gotta wonder if there's a way to 2, 5 player, 3 player versions of this type of game that would be more inclusive of you don't see a lot of that, like backgammon and chess and checkers. You get the Chinese checkers and you can get more than 2 players. And so I gotta wonder if there's more of that type of game that we can push that level using this mechanic that this game uses. The second idea was the other end of the spectrum is I wonder if there are ways to do this like a solo play game, a solitaire, or giving that same kind of not competing against another player, potentially a cooperative version of this game. Potentially playing against a timed mechanic or a turn-based natural opponent, where you have to all defeat the opponent before the end of a set. As much as this game benefits from little narrative or theme elements, a part of me would like to see themes of maps and names of forces, and sort of motivation for the conflict. It gives a flavor to the game a little bit more, and it's the game itself doesn't need flavor, but if I were to make something with some of those rules, my inclination would be to give it a little bit of flavor. Part of me wants to see if it's possible to be done with adjustable number of islands. So if you could arrange 6 in a circle, and they all have to be conquer a third of the circle in some capacity, or 3 equilateral points, or something to that effect. Shapes other than triangles, maybe an octagon or a pentagon. With those types of arrangements, you'd have to also make arrangements for different qualifications for control of those islands. maybe a means where islands could change position. That would be a whole nother level of complexity where you might seem like you're just about to conquer a row, and your opponent can do a move where they move the island and it sets them up from one piece away from being able to conquer the circle. And if you had a mechanic for doing that, I think it would be a mind-boggling level of change, but it would be such a step up in complexity. It might make it too hard to play for some people, but for really, really advanced gamers, I think it could be kind of fun to do. And that's really most of the things I can see from that game that would be fun to tinker with and try home games variants with before taking off and maybe seeing if you could do a retro spaceman conquering planetary game or a dimensional hopping traveling game or something to that effect. But yeah, so I would definitely say that's a good game. It's one of my favorites at this point. And next week we're into reviewing something that I remember fondly as well from my childhood. It's another one of my favorites. This is, let's see if we can get it all in one shot, Capsella. So we'll do that next week. And thanks for joining. Hope you were inspired by something.